How to know if you're developing a loser mindset. There are so many negative people in our world, and it's almost unavoidable to be around somebody who is potentially negative, somebody who potentially has a loser mentality. So today I'm going to tell you the number one sign that you can tell when somebody has a loser mentality, and you need to audit your own life and make sure that you're not doing this so you don't become a loser from your loser mindset. Okay, the first thing, and I see this all the time, people commenting on my videos, doing this, people in my life doing this, people always attributing their lack of success to blaming somebody else or something that happened in their life. When you begin to blame, that means that you're pointing to an external event, an external person who has impacted your life. Now, I will say there are situations in your life that things happen to you that shouldn't have happened to you. And life is hard. Things happen that is not fair. Life is not fair. Things happen to you. And I understand. You can work through those things, but don't let those things trip you up from moving forward in your life. Because often what happens is people use those things in their past as if it's a parachute holding them back from success. That their blame, that their excuse, really what blaming is it is an excuse for where you're at. You're blaming somebody else because your parents weren't very good, or your parents did this, or this happened to you, so this is why you're not rich and successful, that you are put down from the system. You're blaming the government, you're blaming the system, you're acting like you don't have a choice in the matter. That your life is the way it is because of somebody or something else. That you don't have control. And really this is a coping mechanism. What we're doing is we're coping with the fact that we're a loser. Did I say that? Does that mean? Yes, I don't care because I'm telling you the truth. I don't care. You can switch away from this video. But what I am telling you right now is that when you have a loser mentality, these people act like they don't have control over their own life. You do have control. If you want to be a winner, you want to be successful, take responsibility for where you're at now and say, I am also going to take extreme ownership and responsibility for my future. That means if I want to be successful, it is up to me. It is up to me, and whatever complications that come with that, whatever things that are going to come my way that may be a challenge, maybe you think it's the government, maybe you think it's a relationship, somebody that you have, maybe you think it's an event that's going on, maybe the economy's slow. Whatever it is, you're not making an excuse, you're not making an exception for why you weren't successful. It is because of you, because it doesn't matter what external events going on, it doesn't matter who's in office, it doesn't matter the relationships you have. If you're going to be successful, it is up to you to figure it out. It is up to you to take the bull by the horns and say, doesn't matter, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going, whether things get rough, whether things are easier, it doesn't matter, okay? So take ownership, take responsibility. That's what winners do. Winners take responsibility and they say, I know that I can control what I do. I can't control the situations externally from me, people, politics, whatever, economy, but I can't control me. I can't control the effort that I put in every day. And so many people act like the fight is not worth fighting, that they are stuck in the lower class or middle class because the fight is not worth fighting. And I will tell you today, the fight is 100% worth fighting. And often the people that are successful, that are in the upper class, that are really rich, they're people that never gave up. That's why they say the people that never gave up, the people that gave up work for the people that never gave up. So you're giving up. You're giving up. When you have a coping mechanism that's external, that you're blaming somebody else, when you use blame, you're giving up. You're giving up on control of your own life. You're giving up on your quest to your success. You're giving up on your destiny. You're giving up on anything that you have control in your life. Stop blaming other people and realize that it's a result of you not doing something. Right? I was on a plane. I got really frustrated because the people behind me started cutting me off when it was my turn to get out of the row. I was so frustrated, and I was walking out with my wife, and I said, I can't believe people do that. How could they do that to us? They're back there. They cut over. Can't you see we're all trying to get off the plane? That's a blatant act of disrespect. And Cammie, my wife, goes, take responsibility. And I said, yeah, I wouldn't have to deal with this if I would have sat first class. I wouldn't have to deal with it because I would have been able to get up, walk right off the plane. I've been on the first row. I wouldn't have had to deal with this if I had my own jet. You could say, Nate, that's a little crazy, right? Well, no, it's not crazy, because I could say, look, I do not want to pay the extra money for first class because I think it's like 4 or 5 times my ticket. So I'm like, screw that. That's insane. I could invest that money. Money makes more money, all that, right? But instead, I sit back and coach. So when I'm back and coach, I have to understand that it's my responsibility that you're going to get treated lesser than if you sat in first class. That you're going to have to go through security. You're going to have to go through all these things. So you should know and expect the person behind you to be a jerk and cut you off. You should know that. Take responsibility. And if you don't like it, and you don't like getting cut off, then it should motivate you to say, you know what, the first class should be so inexpensive that it doesn't matter, that I want to sit up there anyways because I don't want to deal with those people. So that's where I'm at, as I'm saying, how can I get to first class? How can I continue to make more money in my business that I can go sit up first class because it doesn't matter how much it costs? That it's so minuscule compared to what I have invested, compared to the money that I have coming in. When can I get to that point? Because I don't want to deal with this. Taking responsibility. You see the difference there? One is me complaining, causing stress in my life, getting upset, and complaining about something, me trying to go out there and change, and me saying that everybody else should change the way they act. That's impossible. It's an impossible situation. I'm never going to change the people on that plane, nor are they going to stop behaving the way that they behave. Well, what I could do is I can change me. I can change my reaction when that happens. No. Don't let them get you down. Don't let them take me down. Don't let them bring my spirit down. Just let it happen, right? And then, because there's no point. And then also, I could also take responsibility and say, hey, I don't like this. I would like to not have to deal with this situation. I would like to take the external event from occurring out of my life. And that's me getting a first class ticket or me getting a plane. So then I can start working towards that. I can start eliminating that external force. Usually when we blame people, it's because we perceive that we don't have a choice in the matter. You always have a choice. Almost every event in your life. There are very few events that are outside of your control, a death in the family, something crazy happens. I understand that. I sympathize with you. I'm not talking about this in this video. What I'm talking about is most situations where we get frustrated and we start to blame other people. It's because we perceive that we have no control. You do have control in your life. You need to take responsibility and stop using the first thing that comes up when it comes to a loser mentality. Remember this. When you start to blame other people and make excuses in your life, you're developing a loser mentality, a loser mindset, and you need to wipe that away right away because it destroys you going after your goals. It destroys your motivation, your inspiration, and you end up getting stuck and you become an old person who's negative and frustrated all the time. Don't become that person. Take responsibility for your life and live to your best life, fullest potential right now. If you like today's video, hit like and subscribe.